Your perceptions are your reality, period. But can you trust your perception is the whole truth? Or could your perceptions actually be holding you back? Well, today I'm going to share a couple of stories to remind you to examine your perception because what you don't know could truly be holding you back. Are you ready? First of all, though, let's start with perception. And I would like to introduce you to 15-year-old me, who had come across an ad in Cosmopolitan magazine. It was a diet Sprite ad with featuring this really beautiful model wearing this white bikini. And she had probably one of the most beautiful bodies I'd ever seen. And I thought, what if I worked hard enough? I think I probably could have that body. So I did what any normal, rational 15-year-old would do. First of all, I taped that picture to my bathroom mirror so that I would see it every time I woke up in the morning, every time I used the bathroom, every morning as I was getting ready for school. And then, of course, at night, I would see it as I'm brushing my teeth and getting ready for bed. And it was my reminder that I aspired to have this body. And I really believed at the age of 15 that if I worked hard enough, I could have it. So I began this exercise regimen. If you remember Jane Fonda, I had her VHS tapes and I would get up at 5 o'clock every morning and do the Jane Fonda workout.
These are called Rover's Revenge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 again.
And I would feel the burn. And really, actually, it did work in changing my body. My arms became stronger, more sculpted. I had more of that hourglass figure, I had a strong core, and I certainly could see a new muscular change in the leg workout. I was also running track. So I would train for the mile and the 2 mile run. So I had this running practice. And sometimes I would do Jane Fonda not only in the morning before school, but I would come home and, like a crazy person, do it again before I went to go to my job at McDonald's. The reality was that this was not any model. This was actually a supermodel. It was Paulina Porskova. And she, unbeknownst to me, had a few differences between her body and my body. The first one I uncovered was that in an article that she was interviewed in, the interviewer asked her how she gained weight. And she explained that for her, when she would gain weight, she would gain it in her boobs. Like, really? Are you kidding me? Who gains weight in their boobs? Like the only one and only place in your body that is desirable to gain weight, and that's where she gains her weight? Seriously? At the age of 15, I probably had little tiny mounds with nipples, and my reality was not that I gained weight in my boobs. It's probably more like in my butt and my legs. So that was not my reality. Now, this woman graced the cover of Cosmopolitan probably like 12 times, and she had the most beautiful, slim, long legs. And I thought that if I really worked hard enough, I was going to get that. So of course, I also switched from drinking Diet Coke to Diet Sprite, right? Because that was going to help me. Obviously, if she was drinking it, then I was going to be drinking it. So one of the things that I didn't really understand was that although I weighed about 115 pounds and I was 5'4", I thought kind of maybe if I could just lose like 2 more pounds, maybe my legs would slim out and I could spot reduce them, and I would have the body that she had. But what I didn't know was that the reality was that she was 5'10", and she probably weighed the same as me. And I have these long arms and long torso and these short stubby legs. And there was also this thing called airbrushing that was not in my reality check of this ad that I was looking at and aspiring to be. I didn't have a clue. And so really, I was never going to look like a supermodel. I was doomed before I ever started. But I realized at a young age that you could get stronger. You could change your body shape. And through hard work, I did get stronger. Now, my legs never did measure up to those long, slim legs that I saw in that ad. But The difference, in how I view my legs from the age of 15 to the age 50 is quite different because I see a beauty in them a different way. It's not an aesthetic beauty, but I see a beauty in the strength of my legs that allow me to climb mountains all the time, that allowed me to go down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon, go across, out again, and back again, accomplishing a 43-mile Grand Canyon hike in a day and doing it with these strong legs that didn't even hurt or not even sore after that extreme hike. So, if given a choice, I really wouldn't change my legs. I wouldn't change them for anyone else's legs in the world. I have learned how to change my perception and how I see my legs. So, how many other things in life are this way? We look at a situation, we tell ourselves a story about what we can or can't do. Like, are we capable of doing this job? Are we capable of trying something new, acquiring a new skill? Are we capable of being the parent we want to be? And what I want to do is challenge your reality by having you examine your perceptions. And I'm really excited to introduce you to these concepts because I think that we're going to challenge the way that you've been looking at your life and your relationships, and also, and maybe most importantly, the relationship that you have with yourself. So I live in Arizona, and we have this window of about 3 months where the weather is so perfect that I don't have to have the air conditioning on and I don't have to have the heat on. So oftentimes I'll open my window to get that fresh, beautiful weather and that breeze coming into my house. Well, about a week ago, I was sitting at my desk and I heard this kind of tap, 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 and I didn't know what it was. And I was really surprised to see that a bird had flown in for the very first time through my open door. And I have these giant windows, these giant picture windows, and the bird was trying to make its escape and it kept on banging itself into the picture window. And I was horrified and I sprung into action, kind of went into a panic thinking, how am I going to get this bird out? How am I going to get this bird out? So I grabbed a towel and I thought if I can cover the bird's eyes, then I'll be able to very quickly usher it out the door. But this proved to be a little bit more difficult than I thought, and the first few attempts of trying to capture the bird in the towel was not successful, while the bird kept flinging itself against the window, and I kept wondering, when is the next time gonna be the last time and it's gonna, be its demise? But eventually I did catch the bird, I got it in a towel, and I was able to shoo it out the window. And later on, when I thought about this incident, I realized that if I had taken a deep breath and I had been more calm, I could have lowered the blinds on those windows, and then the light wouldn't have been coming through. And that bird would have realized that that was not an escape route. And instead, its attention would have been directed and drawn to the open door and the light coming through that open door. And it would have realized that that was the way to escape. The fact is that sometimes we just need to change our perception, and sometimes we need to see things in a different light in a new way. So, to summarize, you are here because this is your spiritual wake up call. And I am so glad you're here. I am so honored to be the one going with you on this journey.